Hi children, welcome to the science class. Today that in chemistry I am going to acid, bases and salts. Okay. So, this lesson starts from page number 17 to 21, page number 17 to 21 in part 1 of your textbook. Okay children. So, we can learn this in detail. Okay. So, in this chapter we are going to learn properties of acids and bases, how do acids and bases react with each other. So, these are the teaching points, main points I am telling, and further you are going to learn about how strong are acid or base solutions. Clear? So, next point you are going to learn about importance of pH in every day life, day to day pH plays very important role. So, what importance is going to be happen? So, that we are going to learn. So, next and finally, we are going to learn about chemicals from common salt. So, common salt is also a chemical, you know that. So, from that we are going to extract so many other byproducts. So, that is the chemicals from the common salts we are going to obtain. Then these entire concepts are going to divide into 4 parts. In first part we are going to learn about properties of acids and bases. Okay, properties of acids and bases, that is page number 17 to 21 it will be there, and acids, the types of acids, organic acids and mineral acids are going to be learned by you. So, next how to check that one, whether it is a acid or base. So, for that we are going to learn about the indicators. So, what are indicators, how we can identify them. So, next reaction of metals with acids and bases, reactions of metals with acids and bases we are going to learn. So, next topic part 2 in this one. So, what do all acids and bases have in common? Acids are separate, bases are also different. So, whether they have common, what is there in the common? Okay. So, that we are going to learn. So, next what happens to an acid or a base in water? When you dissolve acid or base in water, what will happen? That also we are going to learn in the part 2. So, next in part 3 we are going to learn how strong are acids or bases, base solutions, how strong they are, that we are going to learn in third part. Okay. Then importance of pH in everyday life, pH, that is hydrogen ion concentration. So, what is the importance of that? That also we are going to learn, and we are going to learn sodium hydroxide. It is the byproduct what we are going to get by salt solution. So, this is sodium hydroxide, its uses we are going to learn in detail. Okay. In the part 4 we are going to learn about salts which are obtained by the reaction, that is what we have done already, that is sodium hydroxide solution. So, they are bleaching powder, baking soda, washing soda, plaster of Paris. So, these are the byproducts what we are going to get, and finally, we are going to get the revision. So, these are the concepts what we are going to learn in the entire chapter. So, today in the part 1 we are going to learn about properties of acids and bases, properties of acids and bases. Okay. Let us see, first we have to know what is an acid. An acid is a compound which when dissolved in water gives only hydrogen ions, that is H plus ion as the positive ion. Okay. So, similarly the base. So, what is a base now? A base is a compound which when dissolved in water gives hydroxyl ion, that is OH minus as the negative charged ions. It is a negative charge ion, OH minus. So, how this OH minus will come and all H plus will come, that means in the water if dissociates. So, hydrogen and OH is going to be separated out, H2O is going to dissociate into H plus and OH minus. So, like that it is going to form the respective ions. Okay. Next we are going to learn about physical properties of acids and bases, physical properties of acids and bases. So, what are physical properties? You have already learned, isn't it? In 7th standard you have learned. So, taking the remembering or testing the taste of lemon, tamarind, etc. No? So many other substances you have taste, by taste you have identified, isn't it? So, let us see what is the taste of this one. Yes, acids and bases. Taste. Acids taste sour. Sour means huli. Huli ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತದ್ದು. So bases means bitter, kahi. So bases bitter, kahi. So you might have tasted this one. Is it tamarind, lemon, etc. They are sour in the taste, and bitter means bitter gourd, hagalkai, bitter gourd. It contains some bases. That's why it is bitter in taste. So like that, so many other substances are there. They will give the taste different. Next, without tasting, how can we check it? Isn't it? So that also we have learned. That is litmus. Litmus. That what is the litmus and how we can do in detail. We are going to learn. Okay. So litmus turns red when we dip in the acids. That means blue litmus turns to red. In acids, blue litmus turns to red color. The bases, red litmus turns to blue in color. So bases, red litmus turns to blue. So this is the property of acid and bases. So next we see conductivity. That means how they will conduct the electricity. So both are good conductors. Acids also conducts electricity. Bases also conducts electricity. That's why we can say they are good conductors. So why they will conduct electricity? What is the reason? Yes. So in this one, ions are there. The ions are responsible for conducting electricity. H plus ion, OH minus ion. No? So like that, so many ions are going to be formed in the acid and bases when dissolved in the water or liquid or aqueous media. So that's why they will conduct electricity. Okay. So acids are present in our food. They are called organic acids. So for example, you see vinegar. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ ವಿನೆಗರನ್ನು? ಗೋಬಿ ಮಂಚೂರಿ, ಫ್ರೈಡ್ ರೈಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ವಿನೆಗರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಸಿಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್. ಸೊ ವಿನೆಗರ್ which is used for souring taste, that contains acetic acid. So lemon or orange commonly you eat, no? So that is the fruit which contains citric acid. Citric acid. Okay. Tamarind andre hunse hannu, unripe mango or grapes. So these contain tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is present in this one. So next, your favorite tomato, it contains oxalic acid. Okay. Then daily what you are using as the curds. So it is also having one chemical, that is lactic acid. So these are all organic acids which are present in the food items. See, vinegar, lemon, orange, tamarind, unripe mango or grapes, tomato, curds, all these contain the different types of acids. Okay. So these are very important. You can remember and you can use for day to day life. So next, see what are these? Oh, red ants. Kempirive alva, kempirive kachdaga oodkoltade. So when the red ant bites, so we are going to get some irritation in the place where it is going to bite. Even the plant also. So plant is the needle plant. This is called needle plant. Turike gira anta karitivi. So this plant also having some hairless structures on the surface. So whenever it is going to be stick to, we are going to get the irritation. So stung by a red ant or needle plant leaf, it gives the irritation. Why? Because it is going to inject a acid called methanoic acid. So animals and plants also have some acids. They are in this plant and animal, we can see methanoic acid. So this is responsible for the irritation and pain. Okay, irritation and pain we are going to get. Okay. Now without tasting anything, we have to identify. So for that we are going to use indicator. That means indicator is the paper strip or a liquid or anything. It indicates the presence of acid or base in the solution. So in the solution we can check whether it is the acid or base by putting 1 or 2 drops on the indicators. Okay, the liquid if you put, that will change the color and we can identify what is indicator also. Okay, so that's why. Okay, next indicator. So here I am showing red litmus and blue litmus papers, both are there. So these are the extracted parts of the tallow fighter. That is, litmus solution is going to extracted from a light chain, that is purple dye we can say. So, light chains is a plant that belongs to the Thallophyta. Light chains is a Thallophyta. So, here the thallophytes, when they are extracted, that means boiled, put it in the hot water boil, it gives a purple dye. So, purple color will be there. So, this is an example for indicator, natural indicator. Other example for natural indicators are red cabbage leaves, red cabbage, kempu kosu, okay, turmeric, arshina pudi, colored petals of some plants like hydrangea and petunia and geranium. So, these are going to have colored petals. So, these petals on boiling, it produces the solution, colored solution is going to be produced. So, that solution can be used to indicate whether the given solution is acid or base, because it is going to change the color is going to be changed in each cases. Okay. So, next I am going to show how we can use the red cabbage for this one, and we can enjoy the colors, how it is going to change also, and we can identify whether it is base or neutral or acid. Okay. Let us see the experiment. So, this is the red cabbage, this is hydrangea, this is petunia, this is geranium. So, these are the different plants. So, these are all going to give particular colors in the acid or base solutions. Other than this, there are some other indicators are there. They are called olfactory indicators. ಗ್ರಾಣ ಸೂಚಕಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೂಚಕ, ಆಲ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಗ್ರಾಣ ಸೂಚಕಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ದ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್. So, for example, onion, vanilla and clove, in your textbook they are given the activity. Okay. In that one you are going to learn this one. Little bit I am going to explain how you can do this olfactory indicator in your house. So, take some onion, smash it and put it in a plastic cover and few paper strips in this one. Paper strips you can put it in that one and keep the tie it and keep in the fridge for whole night. So, next day you remove the papers, dry it. Okay. Then on that one you can put one drop of vanilla or clove oil, etc. So, by that first you have to smell the onion smell you will get. So, when you add this vanilla or clove or some other soap solution, etc. So, then you are going to get the different smell. So, based upon the whether it is acid or base. So, that is why we call it, in the smell it will change, that is why we call it as olfactory indicators, grana suchakagalu. Okay. Now, that is natural. Now, we are going to study about synthetic indicator. Synthetic means we are going to prepare or manufacture ourselves by using some chemicals. So, these indicators are nothing but red litmus solution and blue litmus solutions. Okay. So, the red litmus solution, no change in acid, but it changes to blue in bases. So, red litmus solution in acid no change will show, in bases it turns to blue. When you come to the blue litmus, in acids it will become red in color, and in bases there will be no change at all. Okay. So, this is the how we can find out the acid or base, synthetic ones they are. Now, another one is phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein indicator, in acid no change in color, but in base it turns to pink in color. When you come to the methyl orange, it turns to red color in the acid and no change of color in the bases. So, these are the synthetic indicators. So, by using this one without tasting anything, because tasting is very dangerous, no, acids are corrosive in nature. ಸುಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದರೆ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಟಚ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆದರ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ದ ಟೀಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಟ್. Teacher will not permit to taste anything in the laboratory. Okay. You are also careful, you should not touch or you should not use them to taste it. Clear now? How to check? You already know that one, using these natural indicators as well as synthetic indicators. So, these are very helpful to identify which is acid, which is base. The solution can be identified. Next, why it is going to form this one? So, here what will happen? The concentration of ions H3O plus, that means hydronium ion is more per unit volume. The concentration of ions such as H3O plus, that is hydronium ions, is more per unit volume. So, okay, that is a weak acid. That is a weak acid. In acids also weak and strong acids are there, no? So, this is weak acid. Why? Hydronium ion is more per unit. Hydronium ion means it is a base. Okay. So, when you come to the concentrated acid, the concentration of ions H3O plus is going to be less per unit volume. So, then we can say it is a concentrated acid. Okay. Now, acid bases, how they react to form metal and acid. How the acids react with the metals, that we are going to learn. That is the another property. Here see, metal plus acid gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Salt and hydrogen gas is going to be obtained. Clear? So, let us see the example of this one. So, magnesium Mg plus HCl. For magnesium ribbon you have seen already, by burning it is going to produce magnesium oxide, no, that ribbon. So, that piece is nicely scraped and it is going to be remove the upper layer, that is thin layer, and shining metal is going to be added to the test tube. In that one we are going to add hydrochloric acid. So, what is the reaction will take place? Magnesium combines with this one, reacts to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas is going to be liberated out. Hydrogen gas is going to be liberated out. Similarly, you can take zinc granules. If we take zinc granules, reacts with the hydrochloric acid to form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is going to be formed here. So, next iron also reacts with sulfuric acid. Iron reacts with sulfuric acid, gives FeSO4 plus H2. Okay. Let us see, here hydrogen gas is liberated. No? Now, whether hydrogen gas, because it does not have any color or taste or smell, hydrogen gas is not having any smell or color. So, how to check whether it is hydrogen gas or not? So, for that one experiment I am going to show, observe carefully. Okay. He say here in the test tube I have taken zinc granules and it is going to be taken, so sulfuric acid is taken in this one. See this one, it gives pop sound. Pop sound is going to be heard. If the gas is less, it makes the pop sound. If gas is more, is going to sorry. See this one, here I have taken zinc granules or magnesium ribbon and I have taken hydrochloric acid in this one. Okay, and reaction is occurring. So, after that what happened? You see this? See this one? If I bring the burning candle near the mouth, it makes pop sound. Okay. So, this is the indication that this is hydrogen gas. If gas is less, so it is liberated in very small quantities, it catches fire, it will burn with the blue flame. The hydrogen which is liberated burns with blue flame at the mouth. Okay. So, this indicates that the gas which is liberated is hydrogen gas. You know that hydrogen is a combustible gas. Okay. So, next we go for reaction of metals with bases. Now, acids we have seen. Now, how the bases will react with the metals, you can see. Sodium hydroxide I have taken, sodium hydroxide plus zinc granules I have taken. So, sodium hydroxide reacts with zinc to produce Na2ZnO4, sodium zincate is going to be obtained, sodium zincate, and hydrogen gas is going to be liberated. So, here also hydrogen is liberated, but all bases will not liberate like this one, react like this one. Okay. So, metallic carbonate, metal hydrogen carbonate, either metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate plus acid, how they will react, we will see. So, they will react to form salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. So, metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate reacts with the acid to produce salt, water plus carbon dioxide is going to be produced here. Example, you can see sodium carbonate Na2CO3 plus 2HCl gives 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Here sodium carbonate reacts with the hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride, which is a salt, water and carbon dioxide. So, remember children, metals react with acid to produce hydrogen, bases react with metals to produce carbon dioxide here. So, you have to remember this. Okay. Similarly, sodium bicarbonate, metal hydrogen carbonate, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, or you can say sodium bicarbonate, that is soda, dige soda antivalla adu, plus hydrochloric acid gives sodium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. So, these are the products what we are going to get. Carbon dioxide is common in both metal carbonate and hydrogen carbonate also we are going to get similarly. So, here I am showing the experiment how we can check the carbon dioxide. So, carbon dioxide also we can have to check, no. So, here I have taken lime water, okay. Lime water is taken in the test tube. So, test tube lime water is there, lime water sunnada tili neeru antavalla, sunnava neeರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಸಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ತಿಳಿ ನೀರನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Here now we are passing carbon dioxide which is produced here into the test tube. See how it is forming. So, carbon dioxide to the lime water we are passing. So, see that change in the color, the cloudy mixture we are seeing, no, you are observing cloudy thing. So, that is nothing but a compound which is formed, insoluble compound is formed, that is called white precipitate. You observe cloudy mixture forms due to white precipitate which is formed. Okay. Observe that one, see gradually what is happening. Look at the bottom, you can see small powder like structure is settling down, there is nothing but precipitate. So, what is the chemical reaction that we will see? So, this is called lime water experiment to check carbon dioxide. To check carbon dioxide, we are going to conduct lime water experiment. When we pass carbon dioxide to lime water, what you have observed? What happens you observe? No? So, carbon dioxide turns lime water milky. This is the characteristic test for carbon dioxide. There pop sound is the test for hydrogen gas. Okay. Here the equation we can write this one, CaOH twice plus CO2 gives CaCO3 plus H2O, calcium hydroxide plus carbon dioxide reacts to form calcium carbonate plus water. This calcium carbonate is going to be precipitated. So, lime water and white precipitate is going to be obtained. Okay. So, further if you go on passing carbon dioxide into this, what will happen? We will see. So, CaCO3 which is formed by precipitate plus water and in excess of carbon dioxide, it gives calcium bicarbonate, CaHCO3 twice is the formula for this one. CaCO3 plus H2O plus CO2 gives CaHCO3 twice. So, this is the reaction. So, CaCO3 which was precipitate and other it forms insoluble soluble one, that is why it loses the white color. White precipitate is going to disappear when you pass excess of carbon dioxide. Now, we will see reaction of metallic oxides with acids. Metallic oxide such as copper oxide, cupric oxide, that is CuO, copper oxide plus 2HCl gives CuCl2 plus H2O. The color of CuCl2, cuprous chloride is or copper chloride is blue green color, bluish green color will be there. So, metal oxide plus acid gives salt plus water, is going to produce salt plus water in this one, clear now. Next we see reaction of non-metallic oxide with base, non-metallic oxide with the base, let us see what will happen. So, this is calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice plus CO2 gives CaCO3 plus H2O. CaOH twice plus CO2 gives CaCO3 plus H2O. What is this? We will see. Okay. So, lime water, then white precipitate is going to be obtained here also. Non-metallic oxide also produces this one. Okay. So, non-metallic oxides react with acid to produce salt and water. So, common what is the metals and oxides also going to produce commonly salt and water in this case. Clear? So, next we are going to have one activity, children. When we apply lime water to walls, it will not appear white immediately. After some time, it turns white. Find out the reason and discuss with your friends, children. Okay? So, what is the thing? Even you may use the chalk piece, no? Wet chalk piece if you take and you write on the blackboard, first it will not appear. First it is not going to be appear. After some time, you can see the white color. Clear? No? So, why it is happening? You find out and discuss with your friends. Okay? That you can do. So, next this is the time for the quiz. We are going to start the quiz now. Acid reacts with metals to produce. So, already we have learnt now, remember. Okay. First option is water plus salt plus hydrogen gas. Acid react with metals to produce water, salt plus hydrogen gas. This is the first option. Okay. Next option is water plus hydrogen gas. Option C, salt plus hydrogen gas. Next one is metallic oxide plus hydrogen gas. So, these are the options we are given. There is little time for you to think. How much? 3 to 4 seconds. Okay. Got the answer? Very good. Now, we will see. So, acid reacts with the metals to produce salt plus hydrogen. It is going to produce salt plus hydrogen gas. Clear? Okay, next we go for another one. A solution turns red litmus to blue. Which of these solution turn blue to red? Understand the question. A solution turns red litmus to blue color. But here which they are given the solutions. So, which solution will turn blue to red color? So, let us see the options. Lime water, baking soda, ammonium hydroxide, then hydrochloric acid. So, these are the options we are given. So, the concept is that one, you have to remember which litmus turns red to blue or blue to red. If you know that one, you can see. See, lime water is a base. Base means it turns, lime water is a base, baking soda is also a base, ammonium oxide hydroxide also base, hydrochloric acid is there. So, this will turn blue to red color, blue litmus to red in color. Clear? No? Acid will turn blue to red. Clear? Okay, we will see this. That is hydrochloric acid is the option. So, I am not given time for you, I told the answer also. So, hydrochloric acid. Okay. We have learnt about acid, properties of acids, bases, we have learnt already, and also how they will react, what is the natural acid and what is synthetic. Everything you have learnt is one. Okay. So, so far you learned, go through the lesson. Textbook is very important. You go through the textbook and you can understand easily. Okay. Thanks for attending the class and learning. Thank you.